Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwantner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of meeting with Jeff Hazlett, who's the Chief Marketing Officer of Kodak. Welcome.
This is like a dream come true for me to be part of Selling Power. I've been reading the magazine for years. You know, I've been a big fan for a lot of years, so it's just great. I can remember one time my salesperson back in my print shop years ago actually got a quote in your magazine, and we had it framed for him. So it's a real nice time to be here with you.
We also interviewed Danny McGura at one time. He was the Chief Learning Officer of Kodak, and
Wow.
He explained how your sales organization gets trained.
Well, we've had one of the best training organizations for a long, long time. Now with the digital company now, it's changing, and so we're reinventing a lot of those procedures and a lot of the practices.
So tell us, how has social media changed the game for your sales and marketing organization?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the engagement that we have with customers. It takes filters out. You know, before you had these product managers and different types of folks, you know, customer service reps and everybody that were more involved with talking directly with customers. And the salespeople obviously did in terms of the B2B side of it, talking to buying agents and so forth. Now with social media, it puts us in direct contact. So now they see my name, for instance, as Kodak, as being the biggest cheerleader for Kodak. And then my, Kodak CB, which is our chief blogger, and others that are on there, because we've got hundreds of employees that are part of that activity. And they're able to now contact us directly. And so it takes out all of the steps in between, and they get a real person, and they can have a real conversation about real topics. And we get, great information. In fact, we've even put in a chief listening officer. This isn't a corporate officer, but somebody who acts like an air traffic controller who listens to the conversations that are going online, because, I can't be online every second, every minute, although a lot of people think I am. But it gives us the opportunity to listen to the conversations and then route those to the salespeople, route those to customer service, or, get them fixed, or just sometimes say thanks, thanks
So
for
you
listening.
pay more attention to the customer because there's no return on ignoring.
That's right. I talk about that, the ROI, what is the return on investment? Everybody always talks about that. Everybody, comes to me and says, Jeff, you just did this event. What's the return on that investment? And I kind of get a little snotty about that. And I'll say, well, what's the return on ignoring? Imagine we didn't do that event.
How did you embrace social media at first?
I just did it. I've been doing social media all my life. Now, before, it used to be the Kiwanis Club and the Rotary Club and get together on a more face-to-face manner. And the Internet's allowed us to give it scale. And my way of doing it was I got involved with Facebook, which I loved, and I had the Kodak Gallery, which we've got 72 million people who are sharing photos there. So that was my kind of step into it. And then I found Twitter, and it was a great way for me to just do short snippets on my BlackBerry or my iPhone and do microblogging. And for me, it was a way for me to keep in touch with my family. And now it's just grown. Now I got this Kodak family, and now I've got this family of followers.
I want to talk from my own personal experience with your engagement in social media. We are friends on Facebook, and I know more about your family now, but also I'm following you on Twitter, and I've been following you when you were in England. You gave a speech, and you had a link to the video, and it really impressed me. And you were at the Academy Awards, and you blogged from there.
Yeah.
So you become a much richer experience for me long before I've met you, and I've seen you in person only a couple of days ago. And,
that was the first time, and we've known each other for years.
Right.
At least 20 years. Over a period of time, because I've been active in the sales community, sales and marketing executives and others. But we never had a chance to meet face to face.
Exactly.
But we get to know each other,
Right.
and I find that wherever I go. So I'll go to a Twitter conference or somewhere, and people actually come up and hug me, and because we're Facebook friends or we're Twitter friends,
Right.
and I think that is a huge phenomenon that's
Right.
going on. That's going to make relationships actually deeper, whereas most people say that they're more shallow because of this, and that's not the case. And I think the other thing you'll see with social media, and I think it's a very, very positive step, is you can't lie with it. You can't say, "Hey, call somebody and say, Garrett, I can't make dinner because my dog's sick," and then a minute later I tweet that I'm at a ball game. Right. So there's a lot of those things that are going on.
Give me one experience with social media that really stands out that surrounds Kodak.
Oh, well, the best one I think is how we named our new HD video camera. We just said, look, we didn't like the name before. We had the ZI6, the ZI8, the ZX1, And we got into the alphabet when we didn't know what the next one was going to be. And we said, look, we've really got to put a name to this product because it's got a great value proposition. The new product was going to be a waterproof video camera. And so we wanted something with a different name, and ended up the name being Play Sport. But we went to the internet and we went to Twitter and we actually put it out there and said, you name it. And we had, 28,000 submissions in less than 4 days and saved hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now that wasn't the purpose of it. That was a consequence of it. But what we did was we vetted a name with customers and got good engagement with customers and got direct engagement with customers. And they educated us more and they became excited, and then it led to being evangelists or brand ambassadors for us. So it's been one of the best experiences that we could have had.
What I like about it is that you actually let the customer drive your business. And we're going to continue our conversation with Jeff Hazlett tomorrow, where we talk about his brand new book that hasn't been released yet, that already has sold 50,000 copies. Tune in.